Hey, good afternoon everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're taking a hike to someone who lives in the neighborhood who has a solar system that they know absolutely zero about. They had it installed for them, but they want to know a little bit more about it and maybe if some things can be done to make it work differently for them. So it's quite a hike, but we're gonna get down there and take a peek and see what we're looking at. So today we're visiting a system where the owner of this system doesn't know a lot about solar, and they asked me to come over and take a peek at their system. And we'll start right here with the solar panels, and those are 4 245 watt solar panels. And then we'll take a peek underneath and at the system that it's charging and go from there. So they had this system built, and as you can see, this is not an ideal situation. These panels are laying unsecured on some pallets. You can see the connection between the panels, and you can see we've got some water where it rains. You know, this stuff needs to be up and away from any contact with water. So this system needs a little bit of help, and we're gonna make some recommendations and maybe enlist a little bit of help to get this project tightened up quite a bit. And continuing on, just covered with a little flexible kind of roofing panel there. We've got an older model, that's a 2000 watt sine wave. It must be a modified sine wave. No way that's pure sine wave. And then from there, you can see we've got some real iffy connections here. Those are definitely needing of cleaning up and being recrimped. Comes into an old, what looks like an old Xantrex controller here, a C40 amp controller, which can be configured for 12, 24, 48 volt DC. Again, this is just laying on some pallets. Not really great protection. I'm gonna have to pop the cover off of this to find out, you know, on those little dials of these type of charge controllers, what the charging parameters are set at. I've been trying to figure that out just to see what things are working without that, but I'm gonna have to get inside of there to find out what's going on. And then it is charging 2 of these Interstate. These are the Marine RV deep cycle. They're 90 amp hours. They are tied in parallel. They need a better parallel connection. This is a little small. And the system is only running very small loads right now, a very small LED TV, and that's about it. And then there's another little system that they're using out here to meet their needs, and we'll take a peek at that as well. So I just put the multimeter on there. I was getting a 13.6 reading, but yeah, you guys can see what needs to be done here. We got to get those wires up off the ground. We got to anchor some things down, clean it up, and really I need to know what's going on with there, what the charge parameters are set for. I see that whoever hooked it up wrote a 14.4. That's probably what that is set for on the bulk charge, but without popping that open and looking at it, we'll never know. But I think we're going to move the whole system. Okay, so I popped the cover off of this charge controller just to see, and it has these little dials in here that you have to manually turn to set the charging parameters. It looks like it's set on 14.6 and about 13.5 or 6 as a float. These things are, you know, take a little tweaking to get them exactly what you want. And This battery is fully charged, and even with the sun, which is right now hitting these panels really good, it's not going over 13.6. So I think that could be turned down a little bit, but actually 13.6 is just fine on these gel batteries, and 14.6 or 4, it's hard to see. I wasn't able to catch when this thing got up to a full charge, but right now that's what we've got. So might need a little tweaking in here, but it looks pretty good as far as what it's set at, other than its location is not good. And this is all that's covering those batteries: inverter and charge controller. That's going to need to get reconfigured into a better location. And that's what we're going to try and help them get accomplished. It's not going to happen today. Today is just looking over the system and seeing what needs to be done. And so what we've got here is another little system that they're using to try to deliver water to their house. And I checked these batteries out, and they've been sitting without getting a charge for quite some time. They were sitting there at rest at 12 volts, which is not good. Again, you know, everything needs to be cleaned up and tidied up. They're going to go ahead and start charging this up with a generator and an 8-amp charger. And this needs a little reinforcement and help as well. It's just some pallets with some plastic wrapped around the pallets. Okay, so we're getting an idea of what we're going to need to do. And on top of these pallets are just a few. Those are probably no bigger than 20-watt panels, currently not tied up. And as you can see, this is not really protected from the elements. So in order to try and save these batteries and see what kind of shape they're in, they did fire up a generator. We've got that 8-amp charger now. Gonna try and get these up to a full charge if they will, and see what kind of condition they've got, and then we can decide whether this will be adequate for water delivery. It's currently not being used, and those batteries have sat way too long without a charge. So hopefully they'll bounce back a little bit. And then what we're going to do is try and get them a real energy shed built to consolidate the system that I just showed you and this one all in a waterproof environment and a much shorter run to the house. And currently, to get water from the catchment tank, having to run a generator to one of those batteries, tying that 12-volt water pump, and it looks like it's got a little 1 gallon, that might be a 2-gallon pressure tank back there for being able to deliver water inside the place. So got a few systems kind of scattered around the property. We're going to try and get this tied up into just one system. Definitely has enough solar panels to run this easily, but they just need a little assistance in being able to get it all working in harmony. And here's their catchment tank, looking pretty full. And we'll try and get this working a little bit better too. They don't have the best drainage system for this right now for collecting water. Need a little assistance with that too. Try and get that tidied up for them. Okay, I've been walking for a while. I'm out of breath. It's pretty hot here today. We're getting really good sunshine. I'm getting close to being home. And as you can see, that system needs a little bit of help. I'm gonna make a few phone calls, try and enlist some people that can help with this project. Yeah, just showing you another little system, how someone's trying to get by on solar. They're actually doing what they need. They are getting the power they need to live out here. So yeah, thanks as always for tuning in, everybody. I'm looking forward to some ice cold lemonade. All right, we'll give you a part 2 on this particular system, see how they do. It's going to take a little while to get them all set up properly, but we're going to do it. All right. Aloha. Oh, I need to get in the shade. Wearing all my sun protective clothing too, a little hot. All right. See you guys.